Okay, so we're going to go through a nice, simple, easy Pilates routine today, focusing mostly on core stability and a little bit of pelvic stability. And I have here with me the lovely Stacey, who is going to be demonstrating most of the movements. So, first one we're going to do is 100. So for 100, we want to make sure that we're in our nice neutral position. You can see here Stacey's looking lovely. So the rib cage is relatively in line with the hip bones. We're nicely drawing into the centre, so hip bone to hip bone, or tightening through the corset muscle. Knees are roughly about 90 degrees with about a hip distance or fist width distance apart, and we're nice and relaxed through the shoulders. So to start with, Stacey, can you take your legs up into tabletop for me on an out breath? That's it, lovely. Okay, and to make this more challenging, we're going to ask Stacey to extend her legs away. Okay, we're going to try and keep neutral position, so really working into the abdominals. We're going to breathe in and out for 5 counts. Okay, so we're looking at breathing in laterally into the side of the rib cage. Okay, the legs are nice and long. Remember, at any time if we get anything coming to the lower back, we're going to bend the knees back into tabletop position. How are we doing there? Good. Okay, so we're going to do a couple more breaths, and then we're going to take the knees into the chest. That's it, and then bring it. So then we're going to take the knees to the chest, just release through the lower back. Lovely. Okay, but the more you progress with this one, the more you're going to hold, so up to 10 breaths. But we're just going to do 1 repetition today. Or we're going to do 2. All right then, we'll do 2 lots.
Getting carried away.
Love this exercise so much, we'll just do 2 lots of hundreds. That's it, good. Okay, and float the legs down. Lovely. Breathe. Okay, so next one we're going to do is our single leg stretch. So we're looking to work into the hip flexors as well as adding stability into the pelvis. Okay, so again, when we're ready, we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. Inhale, exhale, second leg comes up into tabletop. So we really want to work on trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, drawing through the centre. As you breathe out, I want you to extend one leg away, as if you're pushing through snow, and then inhale, return that leg back in. That's perfect. Exhale, we're going to go to the opposite side, exhale away, inhale as it comes back in. Perfect. Okay, so we've got nice controlled movement, trying to move the leg in and out at the same speed all the way through. Trying to use the breath, and again we're maintaining our neutral position. The lower you take the leg, the more challenge this is on the centre. So if you feel like you're starting to arch the lower back or the belly's doming, you just take the leg higher to about 45-degree angle. That's perfect. Okay, so we're looking to do roughly between 6 and 8 repetitions to each leg. So we'll just do 1 more to each side. So when you're ready, Stacey, if you can turn over onto your stomach for me. So again, working on our stability, again we're working a little bit into the glutes, a little bit into the shoulder girdle. So if you extend the arms nice and long for me, shoulders are down the back, okay, so we're nice and wide through here. Tighten through those tummy muscles for me. Perfect. So as we do this movement, think more of length, so as if you're reaching into the middle finger and into the little toe, so we get nice and long. Okay, so on your out breath, see if you can lift and lengthen one arm and the opposite leg away from me. That's it. Inhale as they come down, and then exhale as we come to the other side. So we want to try and keep the ribs nice and still on the mat, the pelvis nice and stable. That's perfect. So we're looking at nice long limbs, really lengthening away. Trying not to squeeze too much into the bums, but keeping that lovely connection into the centre at all times. And again, if you're finding that this is too much, you can take it down, so you can just slide the hand and leg along the mat, or you could just do the legs, or just do the arms. One more to each side. Good. Sit back and down into child's pose, release the lower back. focus your waist muscles as well as again working into the shoulder stability. So the setup is really important for side bend. Okay, if the elbow is not in the right position, if the legs are in the wrong position, the body takes a lot of strain. So the most important thing is to make sure that this elbow is underneath the shoulder. We're going to bend the knees so the feet are roughly in line with the hip. Shoulders are going to slide down the back. Then we're going to imagine we're lying on a ball, so we're just going to lift that bottom waist up. That's lovely. And just bring that elbow in a tiny bit further for me. Perfect. Okay, so we initiate the movement with the shoulders. Draw through the tummy, slide the shoulders down, and then start to think about lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. That's it. Start to lift up. Perfect. Nice big reach. So we lengthen through that arm. As we inhale, we're going to take the hips down, tap them very gently to the floor, and then straight back up. Okay, so as we're doing this, we want to try and stay nice and still, as if we're sliding between two panes of glass. So we're not rolling the hips or shoulders forwards or backwards. Okay, that shoulder position, that sliding down will help to take the strain from the neck. And we really just want to tap onto the mat so we're not resting, we're not collapsing and losing position. Let's do one more on this side. Shoulder, feet roughly in line with hips. Okay, imagine that lovely big ball. I've just moved your elbow in a tiny bit more. That's it. And then we're ready. We're going to exhale, slide the shoulders, lengthen up, lift through those hips. Nice big stretch right the way to the ear. Lovely. Inhale as we come back down. Perfect. Okay, so all the time we're creating nice length through the body, really opening up the waist. Almost imagine there's a string attached to the hip bone, lifting us up towards the ceiling as we come up, and then just gently lowering as we come down. Okay, two more here. Perfect, lovely, good. Write it down, roll the shoulders, and then come back onto your back when you're ready. So we're just going to release all those movements with shoulder bridge. So setup is the same for 100, so into neutral, knees bent but a little bit closer. That's it, perfect. Again, we're looking for about fist width distance between the knees and the feet. So, purpose of this one is mobility through the spine. So we're really looking to articulate that spine as we come up and as we come back down. So as you breathe in, we're going to tilt the pelvis towards the floor, so as if we're trying to lengthen the lower back towards the mat. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly start to peel the spine bone by bone. Imagine you're being lifted from the pelvis up towards the ceiling, coming up onto the shoulders. So you can see we've got this lovely ski slope position here. On the next inhale, we're going to think about the breastbone coming down towards the floor and then slowly starting to come back on the exhale, using the tummy muscles as we come down to the bottom to return back to neutral. You can see that's lovely. Stacey's got wonderful mobility into her spine. She makes a very good model. That's it. So exhaling as we come up to ski slope. Notice the knees aren't falling in or out. Inhale, chest comes down. Exhale as we roll through. If you do find the knees start to come out to the side, what we can do is we can pop a ball or a cushion between the knees, and you can use that to grip to help give stability to the legs as well. Again, for those who might be experiencing back problems, the top might be too much, so you could just work through pelvic tilting, just doing smaller movements to start with, and then building up on that. Another important note to mention is your feet. Try and keep all the toes to the floor. Okay, let's do one more. So looking to really get each part of that vertebrae to touch the mat, one by one as we come down, and then peeling up off the floor as we come up. Beautiful, lovely. Okay, let's turn you round back onto your front. So we're going to finish with leg pull pro. Okay, so this is really challenging for the abdominal muscles. You can think of this one like your plank position. So when you're ready, let's take your arms, so your elbows underneath your shoulders. That's it, a little bit closer, so about shoulder distance width apart. Okay, really think about opening up through the shoulder blades, sliding them down the back. That's it, you can see Stacey's already working into her abdominals here, the hips are coming off the floor. So flexibility, so where the spine is neutral, we're not collapsing into the shoulder blades. Just look slightly down for me, Stacey. That's it. So we've got a nice long line. And we're looking to be able to hold here for, again, similar to 100, about up to 10 breaths. Okay, breathing in and out nice and slowly. If you can, breathing into the side of the rib cage, really connecting into those tummy muscles. Okay, the end game would be able to come up onto the knees and then finally onto the toes. We're going to make Stacey do, let's do 3 more breaths here. She's so good at this. And then when she's done her 3 breaths, we're going to slowly lower down, and again we're going to come back into child's pose to release the spine. That's lovely. Okay, and that's a really quick, easy way of doing just a very simple, very basic abdominal and